Hey everybody, it's Frank Dolan. Just wanted to shoot a quick video and presentation for you, just to kind of update you on what's happening in the gym and elsewhere. Just to kind of give everybody kind of a where we're at, the state of where we are right now. We're at the end of our first week of modified programming, a lot of online stuff going on, as well as those outdoor workouts. Just wanted to fill you in on what's happening and kind of give a little bit of context of what's going on. So I'm going to share my screen, which might take a second. So just hang in there with me while I do that. And you should see the PowerPoint pop up at this point. It should say resource from SFP. Today is March 20th, and this is where we're at right now. So we do want to be a resource for you guys. I think these are kind of difficult times for people, some way more difficult than others. The one thing we do know is that it's very uncertain, what is happening. So, it's important to know what the facts are, what's actually happening out there, what's available to you. And then we're going to cover some common questions that people are having and really what you can be doing to take care of yourself and those around you. So, the facts are, what is COVID-19? There's a lot of misinformation out there. To keep it as simple as possible, in the fitness world, from people that I really trust. The basics is that it's a new virus. It could cause a respiratory illness. It includes fever, cough, shortness of breath. These are flu-like symptoms, but it's not the flu. And it should be taken a lot more seriously than the flu, because the confirmed death rate is 3.7%, which is much different from a percentage standpoint. It's not as many deaths per year for the flu, but it's very unknown of what this thing's going to do. So we've got to take it seriously. Most healthy people seem to come out fine with this. And I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm just giving you information that I'm getting from other doctors. But the main issue is that it can be passed along to the elderly, and those people are going to be more susceptible to complications from this illness. So what can we do, and what we need to do is take a responsibility to make sure we're not spreading this thing. And that's why this week we did shift to some of those outdoor workouts, spreading people apart, not using equipment, having people be outside and be able to take walks, and kind of recommending those, keeping that activity going, and then really trying to move people towards online training. So as of right now, the recommendation for tomorrow night, Saturday, is that most hair salons and other businesses are closing. So there's kind of a new level of restriction. They're also restricting up to, I think it's 75% of office workers should be working from home or not at all. So they're only allowing 25% of workers in businesses. And that, unfortunately, although they're not saying anything about, workouts outdoors, I think this is the time to kind of shut things down. The outdoor workouts were great while they lasted this week, but I don't want to be the reason why people are getting sick. So we're going to have to just completely change over to online. So that brings us to this: what's available to you, and those lunch and learns that we did this week. Just trying to provide a lot of free resources, and that's one thing. I don't want this to be an advertisement. I'm not trying to create more business out of this. The idea is that we want to try to create as much value as we possibly can, to be honest, like to keep our membership base. We're not going to be able to train people in person. So the only way that we can keep the business going and keep employees getting paid and people being taken care of is to provide way more value than we ever have. We just can't do it live. So free lunch and learns, free workout programs that I could send you. So even if you're not a member, like whatever you need, we can get you that stuff. I'm sure people are bored and just hanging out in the house. And then it comes to like our membership base, people that are actually working with us actively. So group training classes via video conference. So we did one on Thursday when it rained, and it went really well. Mike ran the class great. A couple little tweaks, like having him back up a little bit so we can see him better, but really minor stuff. semi-private and private training via video conference. There's no reason why we wouldn't be able to do that. The Zoom format is working really well with the group classes, so it should work fine with private training. And then, a big part of our business is that consultative nutrition and training meetings. So, and we use our, online app, the Trainerize app that we've whitelisted, and it's our proprietary SFP training app. We're able to deliver all the programming that we always have through that. And it's really great that we started this transition a couple of years ago to start putting our programs online and making sure people have the support online, and put more value in what we really do as coaches, which is kind of teach people what they need to be doing and helping them with their habits, holding them accountable. There's a lot more value that can be created rather than just thinking that somebody's got to stand with you and count your reps for you. That's not what personal training is. So that consultative nutrition and training meeting stuff, that is already running. Some of those meetings are already done by phone. So I see that transitioning pretty easily. And then there's also going to be discounts on equipment. One of our partners, Perform Better, partners with the company I teach for, FMS. What I've been hearing is that they're offering some discounts, the wholesale discount that we would get as a gym. They could be extending to some of our clients if they want to be setting up their own home gym. So that's where we're at as far as what's available to you. Should you still keep coming to the gym? I've got to say no. What do I do if I can't go to the gym? Obviously, all those offerings that we have here, whether it's the free options and things that we're really, really fine with helping people with. If you're home with the kids and the kids are running up the walls and you need workouts for them, we've got it. And then any of the video conference stuff is obviously available. What can you do to take care of yourself? So like, people ask about diets and can I take supplements and is there something that's going to protect me from COVID-19? There's nothing at this moment that could do that. The main thing is that you're eating a good diet. We get into the situation now where we're stuck home and maybe we're falling out of our good habits. So just being mindful of that and trying to take care of yourself like you normally would regularly. It also might create time when you're home where now you can actually take care of yourself. You can get more sleep. There's nothing saying you can't take naps in the afternoon now. So if that's a possibility for you, I think it'd be a good way to kind of catch up on some sleep debt that you haven't paid back in a couple of years. And what can you do to manage stress? So, we did a lunch and learn yesterday. It's available on the blog. So if you click on the blog, you can get the video recording of that. It was about 17 minutes, something like that. About a morning routine. And I think that's probably one of the best ways you can manage your stress right now going through this. What are we doing? So the staff and I and Lindsay here and the kids at home, we're trying to get on a schedule and a routine. It's really interesting now having the kids home and Francis is not at school and Gabe isn't with the in-laws during the day and I only had him a couple of days a week. Now it's a whole new thing we have to get used to. And, obviously trying to work and piece together what's happening with this online stuff, and Lindsay's still doing stuff for school. So we're just trying to get to a schedule and routine as quickly as we can. And we're getting closer. Taking note of anxiety levels. I think that's a huge thing. Watch what you're reading, watch what you're watching. You do need to be aware, but I think when it's just inundating you all day, that can't be helpful. Maybe set 2 times a day, once in the morning, once at night. Try not to do the night one right before you go to bed. You'll find your sleep's going to improve in that way. Cooking most meals, we're trying to do that as much as we can, although we want to make sure we keep our supplies. So while we still can get food, and I don't want to be alarmist, but we do want to make sure we're taking care of those people that are restaurants are still operating right now and they need the help just like everyone does. So getting out for a walk and a hike, be outside a little bit, away from other people, obviously, but there's nothing saying right now that you can't go outside and do that. So and then the huge one here, connect with people via technology. We're going to do in about an hour here, we're going to do a virtual happy hour. So I'm hoping a lot of people show up. I think it'll be really fun. I think that's really all we can do, connect with people by phone or video chat, whatever it is. Older people who are, alone right now. There's some things that are going on right now that are terrible. And it's worth noting those things and maybe writing them down, things that are frustrating you, making you angry. But then there's also a lot of opportunities and things that we can look at and say, hey, I wouldn't have had the time home with my kids, or I wouldn't have had the time to take care of my health now, and really kind of set priorities, and put yourself in a good position. So I think, I'm not negating that there are, awful things happening right now, and could potentially get worse in the future here, but it's important to kind of see both sides of that coin. So hopefully this was helpful. It kind of went a little longer than I wanted to, but I'll see you guys hopefully at the happy hour, or on a video conference lunch and learn next week. Talk to you soon.